But I did tell people that they could call me anytime before like 1:30, so they could show up whenever, honestly, and then I will have to dip to answer the phone call. Anyway, we're gonna be doing a little bear. Where's my... Here it is. Couldn't find my wire. A little bit important, having something to plug into. I'm also, once again, trying my best fighting against this machine so that it doesn't touch my microphone wire. The problem is that they're both like really long, so that's what she said. Whatever. Heard you or Tira snitched about me being here, SMH. What am I snitching about? What am I doing? I didn't snitch. I'm no snitch. Yeah, welcome on in. You like the bear? Thank you. The bear likes you. The bear is your friend. The bear needs more tape on the back because it's wibbly wobbling. Kaiser had a chat with me on how I betrayed him because I was watching other streamers. That's so funny. Kaiser's a treat. Yeah, I'm making a little tiny black bear in a little tiny forest. The bear silhouette slaps. Thank you. It's difficult because obviously like the bear also needs to be a silhouette. So we're gonna do like all of the spots in between the trees are gonna be black silhouettes, but it's gonna be weird going up against the bear. So I might do like a faint white outline around the bear. Told him maybe I'd watch him more if he... Good lord. Nah, Kaiser is a good dude though. I wanna like hang out with him more. We only really hang out in like if HMC both invites us to something. Mostly because my time like that I'm off work kind of precludes me from hanging out with other people a lot of the time because I'm off work while they're at work. Also, I think I forgot to sand this wood before transferring my pattern on, and it really does show. Because if you don't transfer it, it makes it, or if you don't sand it rather, makes it a lot harder to do these little details that I like to do in all of my pieces. So this will be a fun little experiment to see how the heck this turns out. Also, I feel like I still have sleep voice because I've not really spoken since I woke up. I like him too. It's funny. We're the same age, so we get some of the same jokes. Nice. Love that for you. Let me make this brighter. Thank you. Just need a bit more light. Am I the only one that thinks that Kaiser sounds a bit like... I don't remember if it's Sidearms or Speedy, but every time I hear him, I'm like, oh yeah, it's like one of those two. And then I have to be like, no, it's not. It's Kaiser. Green apples are good for voice. Is it because they're like tart? I just need to drink some water. I don't think I've had any water today. I've had some milk, but that's like the worst thing for your voice. But I had cereal this morning. I technically still have cereal on my desk, but I'm not going to finish it. because by the time stream ends, it will be soggy. Speedy sounds more like HMC. Yeah, I can see that. Not gonna lie, a lot of men sound the same to me. Like, I don't mean for it to be that way, it just kind of is. Oh, all men sound the same to you. Only most men. There are some men that have like distinct voices. Like, I don't know if you watch Maverick, but he's got like a very distinct voice. I would never mix him up with anyone else. Definitely not Junkyard when I was watching Agency play Rust the other day, just because they both are old. I would never do that. The cool ones do? Yeah, Will has a very distinct voice, I feel. I know of Maverick, never seen him. Junkyard, I junk, but I've also been watching him since I was 8. Yeah, that makes sense. Junkyard, I don't remember when I started watching Junkyard. I've just kind of always been like aware of his presence, it feels like. Like, I've never sought out Junkyard content. He's just always been around. He's OG Creatures, early YouTube folk. That makes sense then. I was big on the Achievement Hunters when I was a kid. That's who I mainly watched. And I had very unfortunate taste in who my favorite achievement hunter was. Fortunately, my second favorite achievement hunter was Jeremy, and that guy turned out well. Um, I hung out with Kat a bit. Uh, we were playing Peggle with HMC. I don't know if you were in chat for that, but I met Kat and she was super nice. You're a big Ray fan? Yeah. I've got a friend who's like a massive Ray fan. Um, like stopped watching Achievement Hunter when he left and all, and I'm like, that makes total sense. I've got all the respect for you. Um, yeah, I met Kat and she was really cool, and I forgot that she was like Jeremy's wife or whatever, I guess. I briefly forgot that Jeremy existed because I stopped watching him after like high school or whatever. Um, and so she starts coming in. She starts talking about how her husband's a Twitch streamer, and I'm just like, oh, that's so cool. I'm sure I've never heard of him. Um, and at one point, I guess he like went into the room to tell her something or to give her something, and she was just like, oh, the boy. And I got really excited because I thought she was talking about one of her cats, and then she's like, no, the boy is my husband. And I was like, oh. And I'm like, not to sound disappointed about your husband. I just was really excited about a cat. Yeah, everything I've heard about Ray has been like really good, like that he's like a really kind person and all. I think it's cool if I feel like it's really rare for people that are like the old gaming YouTubers. I feel like it's so easy for them to be like turn out to be shitty people. And then Ray's just like, "Yeah, no, I'm just like chilling." And I'm like, "That's cool." I'm cool with his head mod classes. That's fun. I'm friends with HMC's mod. Me. No, I stopped watching all of the big streamers like a little whiles before I started streaming. Um, and I pretty much, if I watch streamers, it's only like small streamers at this point, so I don't know basically any of them anymore. Like I've probably not watched like a streamer with above 100 like viewers in 3 or 4 years, so I don't really know any of them from like a fan point of view. Oh, we're not Phoenix. They're not saying nerd is here. They're saying they're calling me a nerd. Welcome on in, Brian. Oh, and Greenium, thank you for the sub. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, I know. I was just making a joke. Okay. Hi, friend. I hope it's going well. It's going well. We just started a little bit ago, so you've not really missed much. I like watching smaller folks. It feels way more like hanging with a friend. Yeah, I get that. I used to only do lurking because I was antisocial. Um, so I never really sought out smaller creators because I didn't really want to chat with them. I was just like, I just kind of want to sit here, you know? Because I watched a lot of streamers on like my lunch break and stuff like that. And the last thing that I wanted when I was working retail was to spend my brief half hour of respite talking to another stranger. Antisocial or introverted? I'm actually quite extroverted, um, but it has to be on my terms. Like I do like in the traditional sense, I do gain energy from hanging out with other people. So I'm an extrovert in that way, in that it does kind of fuel me up and make me excited and stuff. But I just genuinely, there are a lot of times where I'm just like, I cannot be bothered to speak to a person right now, especially if it's like I'm on my lunch break or whatever. I think I get too burnt out from like annoying conversations, because like work, you always have like annoying conversations that don't matter. And then when it's like, oh, but there's a cool person here that wants to have a cool person conversation with you, I'm just like, I don't care. I will behave today, stuck in the office. Might hit the 16 work day today. Will be my personal record. Are you getting paid overtime for that? You better be. Girls at my work have girl talk a lot. I can't stand girl talk, dude. Like, okay, I can handle some girl talk depending on what the conversation is. But like people try and wrap me in with girl talk because they look at me and they assume girl. I'm just like, I don't care about your boyfriend. I don't care about basically anything that you talk about. I guarantee we don't have the same music and like tastes. I feel bad watching smaller streamers because I get distracted. It feels like ignoring someone instead of just ignoring content. Yeah, I get that. That's another thing is like there are sometimes where I'll join like a small streamer and I'll start like talking to them, and then I'll stop because like I was only there for a kind of casual thing. And then they're like, "Oh, yeah," like they'll keep asking me questions. And I'm just like, "Listen, man, I got to get to work. I'm sorry." Hi, Captain. Oh my god, a bear. Yeah, we're doing a bear. And if we have time, we have oh, hi, cat. We have a cat, is what I was gonna say. And now here she is. Come here. Hello. Hello. Nope, 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 nope. That's my cereal. That's my cereal. All right, the cat has been kicked off. The cat wants my bowl of cereal, but she can't. No milk for the baby. Oh, now she's throwing a hissy fit. Wonderful. Thanks, baby. Stop trying to jump on my desk. What if I wiggle you? If I wiggle you, will I annoy you until the point where you'll leave? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Look at his little face. Hold on. Look at his little face. Whoop. She's like, nope, gotta go. Nope, gotta go. Cat? Joe likes cats. Nope, don't touch that, baby. Are you okay? Have you singed a whisker? No, you're fine. Get out. Joe knows all about liking cats. Big Cats fan, Joe is. I love the theme for today, kind of wholesome compared to your previous ones. This is usually what I do. It's only like it's very rare that I do skulls. It just happened to be that I pulled 3 in a row. Oh, I also forgot to hydrate. I'm just gonna eat some of my cereal because I don't have any more water. That'll be my hydration. It's just cereal. We could talk war crimes. In general, yeah, but I think that I have like war crime adjacent things in the works, in the wings, waiting for another day. So we can save the war crimes talk for that. But no, I more traditionally do like nature stuff. Adjacents, I have a pin that involves nukes that I want to make. It's a reference to Night in the Woods. Because I've been in the mood to play Night in the Woods, but I can't do that. So instead I am going to be doing Night in the Woods fan art. And there's a point where the protagonist is like, we should nuke Possum Spring, so I'm going to make a little pin of that. And I think that would be a war crime. I never tried that game. It looks cute. It is really cute, but it also does get quite serious. I feel like depending on your background, it could just be like a cute little like coming of age slice of life, or it could be like one of the most devastating things that's ever happened to you. Okay. DJ hours ended. You have a good day. Bye-bye. But yeah, because it specifically deals with like a lot of class struggle that is specifically related to growing up in like a coal mining town in like kind of deep Appalachian Mountain region. It's like if that's a cultural touchstone you don't have, it's just like, oh yeah, this is just a coming of age story. But if you have like I grew up in that kind of an area, and for me I was just like, oh no. But yeah, it also gets into, depending on what route you take, it either gets into themes of like mother death via cancer and like having to give up your dreams for the sake of taking care of your family, or it just gets into homophobia. there's just like, and like a fascism. But I really like it because it like handles all of these topics in like a way that like it still maintains its same sense of like quirky humor and stuff like that. Like it never drops the humor in favor of being a more dramatic game. Like it manages to balance them both in a way that both like keeps it from being too dark, but also keeps it from like making light of the subject matter that it's dealing with. So yeah, I really like it. But it is definitely something to not go into being like, oh, I think this is like a cozy little soft game, because it's not, and it'll get you. Can relate. Hobos are pretty scary. Oh, I also need to get my razor blade because I already see a point where I messed up. It's okay. I have them all in this box. Why are these all facing up? That's horrible. I can fix this. Like, they're all in their protective casing, so they're not going to hurt me when they're facing up, but I don't know why that is. Game that separates the boys from the true men? Not really. I mean, at least not in the, like, traditional kind of sense, because it's not, like, scary or hard. It's got some spooky, cosmic horror elements, which is fun. It's why I was talking about, when I was talking about Lovecraft the other day, I was like, it's better if you, like, have, like, it's better to have a game where you don't know that the, like, eldritch horror elements are coming in. And, like, I think Night in the Woods is exactly why I think that. Because it just has, like, blink and you miss it. Like, oh, maybe there's old gods. Interesting eraser. Yeah. It's pretty much the only thing that, like, can work. But you have to be careful because otherwise you'll get, like, these weird little lines. Like, I have some here that I'll have to fix later. Because you have to cut with the grain, and my toxic trait is never doing that. There we go. This is slightly more comprehensible. And I want one that comes down like this. Whoop, whoop. I'm usually quite bad at using drawing tree branches, and I think it kind of tells. I'm just kind of going for, like, the vibe of birch trees rather than, like, something that would make logical sense. Have any of these broke before while you're erasing? It seems fragile to me. Not really. Like, they're surprisingly thick. So, like, you would have to try really hard to get a razor that goes all the way through them. Now, I have had an issue because, like, you see sometimes at the ends of me burning that I will, like, cut it to shape with scissors. And sometimes that will, like, split the wood if I'm not careful, which is why I try and do that before I even, like, start working on a piece. Because I've broken so many pieces of wood just by trying to cut it. I do have a Dremel tool. I just don't like using it, for one, because I'm in an apartment now, and I don't want to be rude. But also it's just, like, it would be so much easier if I could just cut it with scissors, like it is paper. Tree branches are tough. Backgrounds are tough. You're doing great. Thank you. I want this to be light. But yeah, it's like doing the erasing in quotes. Noises in the day or whatever, Dremel away, fair enough. Um, but yeah, the what I'm doing with the razor blade is essentially like if you overburn your toast and you have to go in with a butter knife, is like the easiest way to explain the technique. And I don't really see many people talking about like using razor blades like that. Like I know a lot of people do it because they have to. Like there are, but I feel like with artists, it's a lot more common for them to just like not admit to their mistakes. Because there have definitely been artists that I've seen that'll just be like, oh yeah, no, if you make a mistake, it's game over. Like as a way to make their wood burning seem more impressive. Like, oh, they've never made a mistake to make this perfect piece, and it's like that's a lie. That's a lie, and we both know it. One question, French. Do you look at a reference or draw from imagination? I look at the pattern. Like you can see the red lines here. I make all of the I basically make all of the designs that I'm going to make in advance on like in Photoshop, and then I print that out and I transfer it over using red carbon copy paper onto my design, and then it just gives me a base to work off of. And like I can take liberties as I go, but it's really important to have like some basis on your actual piece because you can't really do an under sketch. So you do have to have like an under kind of pattern. There are people that do it without, that'll just like freehand stuff. And there are some elements that I'll freehand. Like I'll usually freehand any text if I make any text, it'll usually be freehanded. But in general, unless I'm going for like a specific font, then I'll go in and actually like kind of prep better. But in general, everybody has to have some form of transferring a design onto the wood. It's very similar to like embroidery in that way. I want this to go like this. And then this can come up here because this is from this tree. Become small. There we go. That makes more sense. I love this. This little section is cute. I remember wood burning from this wood shop I went to in like 6th grade. So dope to see it again. Yeah, I imagine I didn't go to like a public school. I was homeschooled, so I didn't get to do any like the wood shop classes. I got to go to about one semester of it in middle school, and it was absolutely my favorite class. And I was devastated when I was pulled out of school because it meant that I couldn't do wood burning anymore, or not wood burning, like woodworking anymore, because I've always really wanted to learn it. Here, this is not connected to this, so I want it to be. There we go. And then this also goes behind this. I want this to be a bit smaller. There we go. There we go. Nice. Wood. Joe, we should go fishing again. I love fishing game. I love beating your ass with a manta ray. Bro, dude, that thing was huge. I caught a stingray a little after you. Was it as big, or was it like a tiny and puny? Smaller than a freaking pebble. Hey, it's on scale with you then. There we go. Shots were indeed fired. Thank you. No, that game's weird in that I think it would do really well with like more people, but I also think that it has to be short, like 1 to 2 hour lobbies, like 2 hours at a max. So I feel like it would be hard to get that many people in for that short of a lobby. I do like Bunny's community lobby idea though, because I feel like that would be a good way to get a bunch of people in. If Bunny hosts community lobbies, I'll absolutely be hippity hoppity in. Are these commissions or are you doing for practice / fun? You kept playing for like an hour after? That's cool. I stopped playing because I wasn't sure if I was going to refund the game. Because money is a little bit of a problem for me right now. So I was like, I was already feeling bad about spending the $5 on the game. But no, these are mostly just, like, these aren't commissions. But everything that I make this month will be going up for sale probably in, I'm hoping in like December. I'm going to do a little pop-up shop on my website, which does not exist yet, so I cannot link you. And hopefully I will attempt to sell some of my stuff. Because I am getting into, I don't know if I should say the amount, but there is a considerable amount of like legal fees, like in the like several $1,000s scale, that I need to pay over the course of the next few months. It's actually the call that I'm waiting for is going to be my lawyer asking me to pay her nearly $2,000, which is fun. But to try and offset that, I'm trying to do a lot more monetization things. It's part of why I'm doing the giveaway. Because between that and I just moved to a new apartment, money stuff is a little bit tight right now. But it's fine. It'll be fine. It's not something that I actually have to like worry about in that I'm like in danger or anything. It's just something I worry about because Joe. Joe, what the hell? Joe, Jesus Christ. Okay, Joe has get fucked, nerd. All right, cool. Joe's unlocked 5 giveaways. Oh, so we're not going to do these all today because that's not fair. We will run one for this stream. Oh, thank you for the follow. We will run one from this stream. I have to open Nightbot now. Thank you so much. Jesus Christ, Joe. What we might do, because there's so many giveaways that I'm in the hole for. You don't want none? No, you better sign up for the giveaway. Little rat boy. There you go. If I do a giveaway, yeah. Anyone that is a hold up. What do we make? We can just make. The keyword is bear. If you want to be entered into the honestly, that's good marketing. Now I feel like I have to come back. I feel like that's the like point of gifted subs. Anyway, do you want it to be chair? I can make it chair. I was gonna make it bear, but it'll be chair. Just chair, nothing before, nothing after. Yeah, Addie is entered, and we will be left the 4 messages. Listen, I gotta spam it, brother. What if people aren't paying attention? But yeah, that'll be going for Stop It, Joe. Joe, I can manually enter you into this giveaway. Oh, I forgot how long of a chat message the giveaway thing is. No, please. But yeah, we're gonna be doing the giveaway until we'll probably do it until the top of the hour rather than waiting the entire rest of stream. Because that's more fair, because you do have to be active in chat once it's done. I believe international shipping would cost, so I am skipping this one. Yeah, if it's within the US, I will pay for shipping. If it's international, I would ask, like, I'll pay for part of the shipping, but it would not be like a considerable part. So there would be, like, you would have to pay for something, which sucks. But I was looking for a way to get international shipping, like, affordably, to be able to include international entrants. But it's like, all right, if you want to pay for like a courier or whatever, like, we can enter you, but I don't recommend it. Yeah, money hard. And it's like $80 to send even something small over to like the UK. It's goofy. It's at a point where, like, because I've considered, because my sister is French, like, and there's some things that I need to send her from my grandfather's estate. But not many things. And it is genuinely as affordable. It is worth it more for me to fly over to her city and visit her and give it to her in person than it would be to if you trust this stranger, me, frequently travel back and forth from US to EU and could reduce the cost of shipping by slipping it into my luggage. That is between you and any entrance. I want no part in that. But yeah, it's so silly. It's like cheaper for a human being to fly aboard a passenger plane than it is to ship like a tiny little envelope with some photos in it. It's really annoying. And I don't know how my parents used to do it, because both my sister's mom and my parents would like regularly every couple of months send like these giant gift boxes with like cans of food. And I was just like, oh, it's weird that you guys are like sending these giant packages and everything. And now I'm looking back and I'm also like, Jesus Christ, how could you afford to send these giant packages? What is this hype chest? What if I open this? What does this do? Oh my God, we got a goblin! We got a little goblin! Look at this guy! We got a little guy! Look at this man! Do we just get to keep this, or is this only like for like the next couple of days? Honestly, tried shipping a cheap painting last year and somehow couldn't get shipping under 700. Yeah, it's insane. And I don't understand how like Temu, because Temu does like some weird loopholes that are meant to be used for like regular people to ship things cheaply. And it's like, how can Temu afford things to be shipped for like under $30? But for us, it's like a minimum of like 80, I think, is the lowest I could possibly go to ship like one letter. But anyway, I need to like separate out these branches and specify which thing is going where. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm probably gonna do. I could do like one or two giveaways today, and then do what's the word? Like just keep doing them every couple of days. Like Joe basically bought you all a couple of days worth of giveaways. Because I also know that there are a bunch of regulars. Oh, hello. Please don't give me a cat while I'm holding a knife. Oh, you're putting her away. Was she causing problems?
Yes.
Oh, God bless. Give me a kiss. Love you. But yeah, I know that there's a bunch of regulars that aren't here this morning because they're all busy with other shit. And so I want to give them a chance to get stuff as well. Bye. I'm trying to define the difference between the trees because right now it looks too much like a web. And it's bothering me. I know there's like a whole bear that I haven't got to, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want this to be cut as if it's going up because that makes more sense. Let's see, this is established as not being this branch, so it needs to come down. Yeah, I've never really done tree branches before, and I think it shows, but I also think it's looking kind of alright. Let's see, these, I don't want this to come up from this. I want it to come up from the one below it. So we can define this a bit more, and then that's fine. There. I think that's better. Let's work on this one down here. I want this to come down like there. So then it's going down and it's going up into these. Cut this one off. I was once working on a university project and ordered antenna parts and controls. Shippings and customs cost around $1,000 alone. Good lord. We were having at my work we were having a similar issue where there was a part that had to be brought over from Germany, and it was like a stupid tiny little plastic thing, and I was like, oh, because we were missing one, and my coworker was like, yeah, I've been fighting to get these people to refund me because they didn't give us one. And they're like, I think it was an accident, but it's still like money. And I'm like, I mean, how much could the part cost? It's like a tiny little plastic thing. It can't cost more than like $10. And she's like, no, each one of these costs $50 if you count how much like customs and everything are. And I'm like, good lord. I discovered their customs was adding a 600 euro tariff. Good God. Yeah, I feel like it's such a big problem. Like how expensive it is to import and export things. It feels like we should be beyond that, just like as a society. Yeah, and I just completely like I have my own little Etsy store where I do cross stitch patterns, and I just completely had to be like, all right, if you're in Germany, you don't buy my stuff because I'm not gonna play games with your tax system. Got a proctor exam, so I gotta run. Love the vibe. I'll definitely be back. Bye bye. Hope you have a good one. And for anybody else left, don't forget you can type chair in chat if you're within the continental US for a chance to win a piece of art of your choosing. All you have to do is, like, how it works, how it's been working is that I go ahead and I add you on Discord and I show you like a picture with like 3 different pieces and I'm like, which one of these do you want? Because I want you to have something that you like. So I want to give you like a couple options. But not too many where you get overwhelmed. I'm not just going to give you like my entire backlog of art stuff that I have lying around. I believe this is one of the main factors that stops small businesses from expanding internationally. Yeah, that and like the taxes of it all. It's like a big problem. Oh, beep beep beep. I believe that is my wife using the oven. For these big bits at the bottom, I'm not going to bother doing it with a small nib. I'm going to switch to a bigger ballpoint. It looks exactly the same, but it's larger. Haha. Is this a good size? I think it's a good size. Alright, just gotta wait for this to warm up. Oh, I should put it on a higher heat. Bigger nibs you have to put on a higher heat in order for them to get the same effect as the smaller ones, because the smaller ones, all the heat gets condensed into a smaller point, obviously, so it's less of an issue, and you have to have it at a lower heat. But the bigger the nib, the higher the temperature needs to be. So for this one, I had to move it from a 6 to a 7 to about an 8. This will also let me go in and clean up a lot of these more scratchy lines that I've got going on. I might actually turn it up higher. Boop, boop, boop. So yeah, I'm gonna do some Night in the Woods fan art in the next couple of days, but I also do want to do some over the garden wall because they're probably my two favorite pieces of like fall media. But I've not actually seen Over the Garden Wall in so many years that I feel like I have to go back and rewatch it before I can decide like if I'm going to make anything. Oh, I also totally forgot. For one of the what's it called? For one of the giveaways that I'm gonna do, use chair if you wanna win one. By the way, but I plan on doing for every like big sub goal, which for me would be like 50, 100, whatever. We're gonna give away like a much bigger piece because most of them are quite small. They're like not quite this small. They're bigger than this. They're probably 5x5s on average. But I've got a couple that are like 9x7, like full panels. You can find them on my Instagram, and they're a lot more detailed. They're usually double-sided, so they have like one piece of art on one side and another on the other. So one of the giveaways that we do will have to be that. But oh, also, I'm sorry, I missed this one. Might be a stupid question, Alfie, but is it possible to burn the wood in different colors? It's pretty much you're stuck on a gradient from light to dark. You can get some more red tones in there, but you're never going to be able to like burn and have it show up as green. It all has to be the kind of sepia tones. Here, I'm going to spam this a couple more times. Very nice of you, especially considering the efforts it takes to create one. Yeah, I mean, I just have so many, and I never know what to do with them. Oh, thank you, Nightbot, for telling us about advertisements. Big fan of those. Boop, boop, boop. Do you promote /sell on Twitter /other socials? Not yet. Like I do promote myself like as streams, and I think I made like one or two tweets about the giveaway, but I don't really sell things. I assume you're not into cross stitch because I do have cross stitch patterns available on Lockwood Cottage is the name of my Etsy. But that's about the only thing that I'm selling right now. I used to have a thing where you could redeem to get, like basically I would draw whatever you want, like burn it. I wouldn't send it to you. I would just make it, and then you could see it. You could, or like I guess you could buy it if you wanted to. But I shut that off during Inktober just because I'm doing things at such a fast turnaround that like I don't have time to be designing somebody's whole like a piece for somebody. Do you got games on your phone? Not many. I've got Cats and Soup. That's mainly it. That's mainly the game I play on my phone. You just pronounced a couple of words I don't understand. Blue Sky is a social media competitor to Twitter. It's basically a Twitter copy. Etsy is an online retailer like Amazon, but for small handmade sellers, or it used to be at least. Cross Stitch is sewing little X's, patterns. Sorry, I don't know which words you didn't understand, so I just went through all of them. Got chess if you're up for a match. Explain every word you said and how they're found in the Bible. Don't have one of those. Don't know how to read. So can't really do that. I'm sorry. Hello, Bonifer Beyblade. Thank you for entering. Bunny, you missed Joe go Insano mode. Yeah, we're gonna be doing the giveaway in just a couple of minutes here. So everybody get your entries in. I didn't do shit. Oh, you can't hear? That's okay. Joe's a little creature that won't sign up. Chair or something like that. Welcome in. Blame Joe for it being chair. Joe made it chair. It was gonna be bear, but that wasn't good enough for Joe. Thinking about watching Kung Fu Panda 4. That would be fun. Did Joe enter the giveaway yet? No, because Joe's a monster. Joe, we're running the giveaway. Type chair. Let me give you stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute up while my love watches dishes. Hi, sorry, I'm back. Joe. Everyone spam Joe in chat. Rex. Is Rex perhaps a cat of some kind? Oh, I should have made the keyword be Joe. That would have been smarter. Alright, well, we're all spamming Joe. Bada 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 bada. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Last chance. We're gonna be going in about 10 seconds. We're gonna do bada 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 bada. Everyone type chair in chat. Just chair, nothing before, nothing after. And then if I hit roll it should work. Enter Joe manually. I could do that. I'm not going to if he doesn't want to be enrolled, though. Oh, Heisty getting in the last second. I'm going to give it 5, 4, 3, 2. Giving Joe one last attempt at joining. All right, I give up on you. Why'd it run an ad? Why'd it run an ad? What the fuck? I hate it here. What a nightmare. We're not all with subs. Sophie doesn't have a sub. We are not all with subs. All right, are you back? Are you back? Can I go? Can I run my little giveaway? You said chair, but you don't understand why. You're entering in to receive an item. Let's go. Who's winning? Oh my god, Addie won. Yippee. Nice, congrats. I mean, if we want, we could run a second one right now. I don't know if we want to run a second one now or if we want to wait until like later in the stream. What we can do is we can start one now. Scuffed SMH. You didn't even join. You're not even eligible. You'll eat it upon arrival. All right. So Addie, I owe you something. And then for everybody else, we can go again until the top of the next hour. Because the stream ends at 1. Yum with jam or something. You don't need to rejoin if you've already joined. We're doing 2 today because Joe's a madman who gifted 50 subs. I'm going to lunch, stayed for this, and glad I did, yeah. But yeah, if you've already entered, you don't need to enter again because it has saved, because I'm not going to make it a new word or whatever. Make it Joe this time? I should make it Joe. Okay, it's Joe now. Everybody type Joe in chat. Everyone type Joe. Just Joe. Nothing before, nothing after. The case is insensitive. It can be all caps. It can be lower caps. It doesn't matter. Everyone say Joe. If anyone says Joe in chat. Joe Schmo. But yeah, we're gonna run 2 today, and each one will be an hour, and then that's how we will handle the influx of giveaways that we need to do. I love little bears; they're so cute. Aren't little bears just called otters? Joe, mama, joke's on you. That counts. You're entered in now. Joe's gonna come back and say Joe's name, and it's gonna be great. We're gonna get him, lads. We're gonna get this fiend. I love pranking Joe. Crab, can you don't talk about insert name here's moms. Unfortunately, it does just have to be Joe. Like, no, nothing else can be in the message. Because, like, HMCs didn't work, unfortunately. I can go and manually add HMC. I can do that. Yeah, I marked you as eligible. Joe. I can, in fact, manually enter Joe in, but that defeats the purpose. It's funnier to force him to enter on his own. Hello, Joseph. Oh, but Bunny, you just tuned in. What's up? We're running a giveaway. If you type Joe in chat, you get entered into me mailing something to your house. So if you want to do that, you can. No pressure. Except all of the pressure to Joe, who does need to enter. At this point, you gotta do it. No, I'm not gonna enter it in. Especially because it involves, like, sending me your home address in order for me to mail shit to you. If I forcibly entered somebody, that would feel too much like pressuring them to give me their address, even if they were just like, no, I don't want it, give it to somebody else. I would feel bad about that. That is a line I will not cross. As funny as it is to demand Joe enter, I will not force him to. I'll say chair. Will, that doesn't enter you. That doesn't enter you anymore. You have to say Joe. This is a different giveaway now. You already know my address. It's your address. Can you pick up some? We have so much applesauce. Just come over and take some. I'm the only person in this house that likes applesauce, and we have about 15 cans of applesauce in my home. It's unsweetened applesauce. I hope you don't mind. You can sweeten it yourself or like add cinnamon or whatever. We just have so much of it already. Chair. It's not chair. You don't mind? Okay, cool. Drive to my house. Also teach me how to drive while you're at it, if you wouldn't mind. I have 6 months to learn how to drive. Sophie's message was just held for misogyny. Sure, you can say that. That's so funny. Sophie is my favorite misogynist. Oh, also, I'm sorry. I've been missing Corey's messages over on YouTube. Corey just typed Freehold Joe, Woo Joe, and then said, LOL, Twitch users getting ads. Corey, my love, I will have to if you enter in on YouTube, I will have to manually enter you in because it doesn't work on YouTube. It can only work on Twitch. And I'm only willing to do it because it's you, Corey. Oh, congrats on the license. I don't have one. I lack a license. I only have a learner's permit. I never learned how to drive. I never learned how to read. Did you fail? Me? No, I wasn't able to test. They weren't able to schedule me before it was before it had expired. So they were like, oh, we can like have you renew, but then they explained it. They're like, okay, so if you do fail, they're like, you can just retake it and it's whatever. But if you let it expire, I didn't fail. I didn't take the test. I couldn't take the test. Leave me alone. But no, basically I got it all worked out because I was really stressed out about it because my permit was about to expire. I would fail if I took it. Because I don't know how to parallel park because it wasn't on the test back home. But now I've moved to a more strict place where you have to learn how to parallel park. And I'm like, that's goofy. Why would I ever do that? I would simply not stop the car if I had to parallel park. I would just, like that train that goes on forever, and if it stops, you blow up, or like the bus or whatever. Just keep the permit and act crazy when asked. Oh, I also forgot that I have to hydrate and stretch. Whoopsies. Sorry, Kang. I will do that. Yep. They wouldn't like me because I would have one of those cars that would do parallel parking by itself. Unfortunately, like, they don't allow that. Like, they don't even allow the backup cameras. Because they're like, you need to be able to do it without it. I want this to look better. Right now, this looks bad and stupid. What if I crank it up higher? Will that help? Imagine if they allowed like self-driving cars in the driving test. That would be so funny. I would take the test then, and I would pass with flying Teslas. Now hold on, that's a good thing. No, I do agree that it's good that you can't use backup cameras during the test because it makes people not like they don't want people that are reliant on it in case they have to drive a car that doesn't have one. Or in case it doesn't work or whatever, you need to be able to back up. Yeah, it's so silly that everything in America is like state by state. Makes absolutely zero sense. You'll get used to parallel parking. Just rent a car and practice in a parking lot. I love everybody that recommends that I rent a car in order to learn how to drive a car. In order to rent a car, you need to have a license. You need to have a valid license, and you need to have had it for like at least a year. I didn't have to parallel to get my license. Yeah, it's state by state. It's super annoying. I'm just gonna color this a little bit, and then it'll be okay. Sure, you might hit a few here and there, just a few. Just leave the scene. Nobody will know. I drew out to the DMV in bumfuck to take the test because I knew they wouldn't make me. Yeah, that is the key. It's why I'm like I wish I could have like taken the test while I was at like when I was back home in like middle of bumfuck, which is where I used to live. But it's so annoying because they all require you to have a car. So if you don't have like if you don't know somebody that has a car, you're just like, well, can't test. Or you have to like buy a car in order to test, which is stupid because like if I fail, I'm just gonna have a worthless car that I can't drive. They had a car and wouldn't let me use my dad's truck, so I was so nervous. Oh, woof. Yeah, I've never been at like a DMV that has a car available. I think they're just phasing them out everywhere because they're like, oh, everyone's got a car. And I'm like, I don't. I don't have money. My VMV had a better car than I did. Oh, nice. What's with all these freaking DMVs having cars? It's annoying. What did everybody learn to drive in? I learned how to drive largely in a 2008 Toyota Camry. I learned in a Toyota Camry and I learned in an SUV, which make and model I don't remember. Camry Classic. The DMV was, or the Camry was going to be mine if I had learned how to drive. Like it was gonna, like it, I was told like, oh yeah, once you learn how to drive, we'll just give you this car by like my relatives. And then one of my relatives like really messed it up, so it doesn't work anymore. Like before I could finish, like before I could test. So now I have to buy my own car, which is fine because the Camry probably wouldn't be the best vehicle for me, but I do love a cute little Camry. Need car to get to DMV, need DMV to get car, need work to get car, need car to get work. Exactly. It's so annoying because like I was talking to Joe before Joe gave me an obscene amount of money. I was bitching about money stuff. Because like I showed you guys, Sophie and Heisty, how expensive the legal bills are for me to keep custody of my wife. And like keep her from the king's evil clutches or whatever. And like I need a second job. I would love to get a second job. Like I would stop, like if I had like a second job that like paid decently, I would stop streaming in favor of going and like just working. But there are no jobs that I can get that would allow me, like that I could bike to and bike like home from in time for me to make it to like the next shift at like my main job. And it's so annoying because I'm like, I'm over here, I want to work. Also, as the halfway reminder, type Joe in chat if you're in Twitch to be entered into the giveaway to win a piece of art from my backlog. If you want to look at what you can win, you can go to my Twitter or to my Instagram. If you type !links, you will get links to both of those. Or perhaps it's ! socials, I don't remember. Even in bikeable cities, it's still difficult to bike to work. It sucks. Agreed, yeah. Because, like, I live in a relatively bikeable place. Like, I've talked about this before, I think, where, like, on paper, the place that I live now is more bikeable than my shitty small town that had 0 bike lanes. But everyone here is too comfortable being a dick to bicyclists. that it makes it more dangerous, I think, here than it was back home. Like back home, I could just like ride my bike on the highway and it would just be like, all right, everyone's cautious around me because they don't know how to deal with me because they've never seen a bike on the highway. Um, but if I like try and go just like on a normal bike lane where I live now, they'll be like, oh yeah, we can just swerve around you. And they're wrong. They can't because I'm going way faster than they expect me to be. I'm going 23 miles an hour in an intersection. You're not gonna pass me, dude. All you're gonna do is hit my car or hit my bike. But yeah, I had a woman try and pass me on the right to get to the like I was driving, I was in my lane, right? I was making a left-hand turn into a bike lane, which involves being on the far right side of the road. So I was making a wide left. The person directly behind me was trying to make it into the farmost left lane because there were two car lanes and then a bike lane. They decided to pass me on the right to try and cut in front of me to go in the left lane. They did this in the middle of the intersection. Like in the middle of the intersection. And because I'm going like 20 miles an hour, they in fact did not go fast enough. And I had to slam on my brakes and call them a couple of unkind words to prevent myself from slamming into the side of their vehicle. My state sucks. I want to go home. I want to be able to afford to go home, but that's not going to be a thing for several more years because my home doesn't have many good job opportunities, so I have to save up if I want to move back. I feel like this bear looks bad and I don't know how to fix it. How do I fix it, chat? How do I make this bear look less bad? I feel like it looks goofy. I feel like it looks like not a real bear. Looks like a little cartoon bear with stupid fake little legs. I think its legs are what's most bothering me. Maybe its little feetsies are bothering me. But they do have such big feetsies. I don't know. I guess it's fine. Your circumstances are really tough. Mad respect for keeping a strong head and looking for solutions. Everything's on fire all of the time. But everything's always been on fire. So it's like nothing. Like this is like I'm bitching about it now because like this is one of the better situations I've been in like the history of my life. You know? Like if it was actually super bad, I would not be bitching about it. I would be like laying on the floor and crying, or I would just be like head to the ground working 24/7. Thank you for praying for me. But yeah, like objective, like things are fine. Do not worry about me. I'm just more annoyed at the inconveniences than anything else. Like there have been times in my life where I've been like just absolutely devastated and like felt like trapped in my own home and shit like that because I couldn't really leave and go out anywhere. This is like not that. Like I have like all of my stresses are good stresses. Like I'm stressed out about money because I just got my first apartment and because I just got married and there's like a lot of shit involved in that. But like all of that is like good shit that's happening to me. So I'm like I don't know. Like don't feel bad for me or anything. I'm chill. Like, it's not under the best circumstances, but everything that's going on in my life right now is cool as fuck. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, like I don't know. Like, I could like sit around and just bitch and moan all the time, and I do bitch and moan frequently. But I'm also just like, hey, cool shit's happening. I'm really hyped. All I have to do is like not starve to death or go broke in the next like literally 6 months. Not even six, like 3 or 4 months. The next 3 or 4 months of my life are going to be incredibly fucking difficult. Like, not even gonna lie. Uh, and then everything's gonna be great because everything is like all of the bad shit is happening to me all at once, specifically so that like I'm preloading it all. Like, after this point, everything's gonna be fine, right? I'm going through one little hard patch that has a very clear end date where it's like, all right, I've got like a specific like amount of legal bills that I need to pay. There's a specific amount of like security deposit that I need to make on my apartment. And it sucks that it's all happening in the same month, but once it's over, it's not something that's going to need to be repeated. So it's like, all right, just make it through the next like couple months and then we're fine. Then everything's good. And I'm just have to continue to be excited for when things are good. I kind of want to do like a little mask. I want to carve out like a little face for him, but I don't think that's the move. I don't think the move is giving him a little face. I think it would make him look bad. Sorry, buddy. You'd look bad with a face. Yeah, I do think that this guy is mostly done. I'm not super happy with how the bear looks. I was at that point for a few months just a little bit ago. Yeah, because like you also like just went through a bunch of personal stuff. Or like didn't go through, you got to go through a bunch of personal stuff. Because like you also just moved and got married relatively recently, I think. But yeah, no, it's the same thing. Where it's like, oh yeah, I get to go through all of this hard shit. And it's great. Because it means that things are progressing and that my life is going well. I'm very excited about it. I keep wanting to brush away these little marks. These marks are just part of the granite. I like the bear. Alright. I will stop shitting on the bear. And now, on to more... What's up? Okay. I love you. Now on to more meat-coated things. Here's a cat skeleton. Here's a skeleton of a cat. Good to get these things out of your system anyway, even if things are cool now. This is your show, so keep bitching all you want. We're here to listen. Thank you. This is a hypothetically anatomical model of a tabby cat that was taken in, I want to say, the late 1800s, early 1900s. I could be wrong. I would have to go back and check my sources. But it was originally published into a book that was just all about like common animals and their innards. It came with it was part of a whole graph where it started out being like a full cat, and then as they like took off pieces, it was showing the anatomical shit for it. It was like for veterinary purposes. Ideally a pre-deceased cat, not just like one that they made for this purpose, but yeah, no, it's a cool little guy. I don't know what I'm going to do for the outside, because I do know that I do need to shade it in order for the white of the bones to pop. But we'll find out together. Why is Taylor Swift playing? Go away. That is, I'm sorry. That is not allowed. I'm playing generic Spotify created fall playlist. There we go. This is at least not Taylor Swift. This is Clara. Clara? I never know how to say her name. We only have half an hour, so I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this. I'm going to try to, though. I don't know why people like Taylor Swift's music. I just think it's horrible. I think it's like mid. I don't know. I prefer more indie artists, but that's just because I'm like a pretentious asshole. I'm gonna draw you a picture. Oh my goodness, thank you. Have you looked through the mood playlists on Spotify? Don't act like you've never been 15 and believed when someone tells you they love you. Called out. I'm doing the ribs first because it's the hardest part and I need to get them out of the way or I'll die. I got nothing against Taylor Swift. I never found it horrible because she's super generic. Like, all her shit sounds good in the generic pop music way. Never been a fan of Taylor Swift my whole entire life. I've always disliked her. I don't like country music. Here's the thing. I like country music. Do not call Taylor Swift country music. Because I will play actual honky tonk outlaw country music. Do not even test me. I will subject you to this. No, I like some of her older stuff. I do just think that it's pretty generic. And I also think that I don't really care about the problems of billionaires. Like I respect, like, sure, she's been through some shit or whatever. But also I'm just like, if you like, I don't care to listen to like a lot, because a lot of her newer stuff is just like, oh yeah, I've been like, I'm like such a bad bitch, whatever, and I'm just like, bad in that you're bad for the like ecosystem with all your fucking carbon emissions, queen. But no, it's not unique to her. I don't like any billionaires. Reputation kind of grew on me, but only in the I'll tolerate it kind of way. Yeah, I got that. There's only like one Taylor Swift song that I can listen to, and I don't even remember what it is. I just know that I have like one Taylor Swift song on a playlist somewhere, and it's the only reason I don't have her completely blocked on Spotify, because I had to unblock her to add this song. I like Marty Robbins. I prefer rock and roll music like Guns N' Roses, Poison, Aerosmith, so I don't listen to pop or country or even like rap music at all, so it all just sounds the same to me. I like a whole bunch of different people. I like a lot of folk punk, but I don't know enough about it to call myself like a folk punk enjoyer. Like, I just listen to like AJJ and I move on with my life. Yeah, I'll listen to pretty much anything. I don't listen to a lot of uh rap or hip hop, but it's not because I don't like it. It's just not something that I'm currently listening to because I go through phases, I think. I like cat bones because how close they are to like the skin. Like people, like if you look at people bones, all of people bones are so carefully like cushioned underneath like lots of flesh. Cat bones are just like there. An uncle of mine and his son is the one that got me into old rock music. They always played Eye of the Tiger. That's cool. My dad got me into emo music because he used to listen to like MCR and Panic at the Disco in the car when it was just the two of us. When my mom was in the car, we weren't allowed to listen to it because she wasn't a fan. But if it was like just us on like a short little road trip, it would always be like middle school emo trash. Got a little toe up here. I hear neither jam or do not jam. Yeah, that's pretty much me. I don't remember enough about music. I've listened to a whole bunch of music. Like I've got a very varied taste, but I don't remember enough about it to like speak on it too much. I also like how they do the outline of the cat and then the skeleton inside of it because it makes up for that problem of like giving skeleton cats ears, you know? I did that tooth line badly. Let me fix it. Hold on. I'm going to be off screen while I fix it. I just need to be real close to it. There we go. It's also bothering me that it doesn't have another ear, so I can have another one. I am an ear bone denier. Yes, it's all cartilage. Boop. I do enjoy the Spotify day list thing. I do too. It's Spotify evil, but I do love a good day list. The only thing that I've noticed about Spotify is that it's really like restricting my music taste. Like it used to actually show me like all of like a good breadth of like here's everything you like. Lately it has not been. Lately it's only been showing me like the last 20 or so tracks that I've listened to, I feel. And then it like creates a feedback loop where it's like, "Oh, well you only listen to these 20 songs." And I'm like, "You're only showing me these 20 songs, dude. Show me more shit." And then like I'll listen to more varied music. Little caps. Whoop. Spotify changed their shuffle algorithm. Yeah, that would make sense. It sucks. It's really annoying. It's not an evil cat. We're not doing violence on cats, please and thank you. I kind of miss it sorta, but it's fine. My cat did violence on me. Good. I respect cat violence. Cats should all be entitled to do as much violence as they want. There are very few animals that comprehend being evil and actively doing so, and cats aren't one of them. The orca, however, is a monster. Same with dolphins. Dolphins actually scare me. Like, one of the very few animals that will actually scare me is the dolphin. Sorry, I'm hyper focused on these little bones. But also, since we are coming up on the end of our time, I am going to finish up the giveaway that we're doing. So if you type exclamation mark, or not exclamation mark, if you just type Joe in chat, you'll be entered in to win a piece of art. We'll be running the giveaway in just a couple of moments. So make sure you are in and registered. I have to make sure that we're not about to run an ad that I don't know about, because that would be a nightmare. Alright. We McCann rolls it. Will, do you want to type Joe in chat before I go? Joe. There we go. Oh my god, Sam won! Yes, I am happy. Sam, are you here? Is Sam in the room with us? Oh, you are here. Okay, awesome. I think we're added on Discord already. Congratulations, you won an art piece. How it works is that after stream, I will send you a little friend request. It might actually be after work because I do have to run really quickly. At some point in the next, we'll say 2 days, I'll send you a picture with like 3 different like art pieces all lined up. You can choose which one you want. Send me your address and I will mail it to you at no cost to you. You don't have to pay for shipping or anything. Congratulations. Yeah, if you're not interested in like having like if you don't have a mailing address that you're comfortable giving out, then I can go to somebody else. It's up to you. That's awesome. Ah, cool. What sorts of things are you into? Because then I can curate recommendations. We have a whole bunch of stuff. It's all listed on Twitter, basically. We've got like a whole bunch of flowers. We have like a bunch of birds and shit. It's mostly all nature stuff. I've got a couple of bones. I need my razor blade to fix its little schnoz. It's bothering me. Where is my knife gone? My regular temperature knife. Bones are cool. All right. I'll see what bones I have available. Lots of bones, lots of mushrooms. I'll just get a new razor blade because I don't know where my other one went. It's just on my desk somewhere. It's not like lost, but... Here we go. Gonna fix your little nose, buddy. Gonna bring it back to us. The nose is in the room with us and it will be seen. I'm gonna actually lighten up this entire thing. Alrighty. I do not think I will be able to finish this today. I am afraid this will have to be a tomorrow endeavor to finish. We still have to shade everything and then we're gonna have to give it a background of some kind. I don't know what kind of background I want to give it. I might put it on like some ferns or something. I think that would be quite cute. I didn't really think that far ahead. Do Do you play games, friend? I do, every Sunday. I do gaming right over here. I don't play many games off of stream, just because I don't really have time, but I do enjoy them. Where's my little guy? There, because then I can have them both on screen at once. Oop. There's no way for me to have them both and have it look cute, I'm afraid. If I shove it over. There we go. Ta-da! But yeah, we're gonna rate out. Oh, actually.
Anything like uncomfortable.
Oh, Gopchan is streaming. She was in here earlier. Oh, and Reenie is playing GeoGuessr. I want to read Reenie. Do you mind going over Reenie?